Hello friends, it's me, Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the Golden Nugget here in downtown Las Vegas, where I'm going to Vic and Anthony Steakhouse for the first time. Really happy to have you along. I'll see you inside. All right, everyone, and here I am seated at Vic and Anthony's at the Golden Nugget in downtown Las Vegas. Now, this is a beautiful classic style steakhouse here. Dark woods, leather chairs, white tablecloth seating, nice low intimate lighting, a really great vibe in here. Now, regardless of the vibes, you know, it's all about the food for me, so let's take a look at what they have to eat here at Vic and Anthony's. All right, so let's start with the cocktail menu here at Vic and Anthony's. We'll take a look inside. Feel free to take a pause in the video if you'd like to take a closer look at these drinks. All of these craft cocktails clock in at $18, and it looks like they've got a really nice list here. It is a Friday night, so I think I'm going to be doing some drinking. An old-fashioned sounds pretty good. Here's your wine by the glass, your champagnes, your whites, your reds. There's all of your wine by the glass here. And continuing down, you've got additional wine here and some more sweeter wines. Your Port and Madeira by the glass. And then there's also a pretty extensive bourbon and whiskey. Here's the rye. And you also have tequila and mezcal, as well as Irish whiskey down here. Here's your list of scotch. We'll go ahead and go down this. Feel free to take a pause in the video if you'd like to take a closer look at these. Blended, as well as your rum down here. Looks really good. Your list of brandy. Looks nice. And some more specialties down here. That's the cocktail menu. Now, it is a Friday night, so I'm going to be doing some drinking today. I'm joined by a friend, so here is my old fashioned. Cheers to us, and cheers to you guys. Thanks for being in the video with us. Very nice. Now, before the effects of the alcohol get to me too quickly, let's take a look at the menu while I can still read. Okie dokie, so here is your menu at Vic and Anthony Steakhouse, starting with the appetizers up top. Looks like a shrimp and cramp martini, A5 Japanese Wagyu Carpaccio right up in the center there, as well as that jumbo lump crab cake. I was told the crab cake was quite good, so I'm definitely going to go in on that, and we'll try and get a nice variety here. We have some soups and salads as well. Ooh, a lobster bisque, that sounds great. That looks really nice. And then here is what we're here for, the steaks. USDA prime. We have bone-in as well as Japanese Wagyu beef. I did see the certificate outside, so it is absolutely real stuff. That's going to be great. Here's your list of entrees. You've got lobster and crab, your lamb chop and poultry, as well as some seafood here. All looking really good. And some accompaniments here as well, all of your side dishes. A nice classic steakhouse menu here at Vic and Anthony's, and so much I'm looking forward to trying today. And you know how it goes in my videos. Every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay. So I'm going to get a nice variety, and together we'll see what Vic and Anthony's is all about. Appetizers are coming up first. I'll see you a little bit when they arrive. All right, actually scratch that. We just got some complimentary bread, and this is looking really good. Let me give you a view. A nice looking bread here, along with some whipped butter. I've got some butter applied here. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's good. A very nice crusty loaf here. A bit of a nutty flavor on that exterior with a very nice toast to it. Perfect Maillard reaction on this bread. I actually really like that. An airy and spongy center to this bread. It actually soaks up the butter really well. And a bit of a rustic, earthy flavor to this bread also. The butter is incredibly light with a nice amount of richness and provides a nice flavor to the bread. A nice little start to the evening. This bread is good. All right, so my friend and I are going to continue working on this bread and as well as enjoy our drinks, and I'll see you when my appetizers actually arrive. And welcome back, everyone. It's time for some appetizers. Let me give you a view. We got the shrimp and crab martini, as well as their A5 Japanese Wagyu Carpaccio, their jumbo lump crab cake, their maple glazed quail, as well as a bowl of their lobster bisque. This is all looking really good. Let's give it a try. First off, the lobster bisque. Really love a good lobster bisque, and you can actually see the chunks of lobster in here. Hopefully it's good here at Vic and Anthony's. Let's give it a shot. Oh, it's good. A very nice lobster bisque here. Very creamy in texture and very rich in flavor. You absolutely get the sweet flavors of the lobster, very prevalent here, but a little bit of a crisp flavor from the cooked down brandy and an appropriate amount of cream really helping with that velvety texture. It is well seasoned, although maybe a tad on the salty side. It does taste very good. A very nice way to start off our appetizers. I like the lobster bisque. Next up, this is the crab cake. Really nice looking crab cake here. Not too much filler that I see. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, it's very tasty. Excellent crab cake here at Vic and Anthony's. I love the breading and binding ratio to the crab meat. It is superbly in the crab meat's favor. Just a little bit of breading on the exterior. Not a lot of filler here at all. You're really getting so much crab. This is very enjoyable. And it's not just a lot of crab meat, but it's really good crab meat. Tender, soft, has a beautiful sweet flavor. The breading has been well seasoned, and you do have a bit of a cream sauce here providing richness, and you definitely get that hint of chive in the aftertaste. Really enjoying this one, I like it a lot. Next up, we're doing the quail. This is a maple glazed quail, and at first glance, this feels like really fancy buffalo wings. A very delicate bite here. Let's see how it is. Yeah, it's not bad. Now, quail is definitely a little bit more of a gamey bird, much less fat content here, so you don't have a very rich bite. But despite that, it wasn't chewy and relatively tender. What I really like is this maple glaze on the outside. Not only is it sweet and been caramelized well under the cook, there's a bit of a garlicky spiciness here in this sauce that actually really sets off the quail. There's a lot more flavor in the sauce than the bird. That's not to say it's bad though. You know, that's not a bad appetizer. I found that enjoyable. Next up, the shrimp and crab martini. A shrimp and crab salad served in a martini glass with wonton chips. I've assembled a really nice chip here. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that is very good. So much is going right with this appetizer. A really nice depth of flavor here. Starting off, you get a wonderful crisp from that wonton chip, a bit of a light, airy nuttiness to it. A perfect flavor profile for this crab salad here. The crab meat here, just like the crab cake, incredibly sweet, nice bouncy texture to it. But in addition to that briny sweetness, you're getting a nice rich creamy factor from the slaw dressing, which is enhanced even further by the fact that it's a kimchi slaw. A little bit of vinegar, garlic, and tang here, along with the hint of spice. And if you can get a little bit of that briny shrimp flavor on there as well, it all comes together. Really enjoying this appetizer. I like this one a lot. All right, my friends, and the last appetizer to try today is going to be the A5 Japanese carpaccio. I've got a nice piece of bread assembled. Here's the A5 carpaccio. Yeah, it's pretty good. A very nice and delicate A5 Japanese Wagyu beef here. Certainly you get a nice richness from this beef, although it is soaked in a little bit of what I want to say is olive oil. There's a bit of a briny richness here that's not directly tied to the beef. Nice crunch from the baguette toast. You have some finishing salt here providing additional salinity, and you get just a hint of earthiness from the mushrooms. For me personally, I think the briny flavors of that olive oil took over a little bit more than I wanted it to. I'd really appreciate a little bit more of that A5 beef quality and flavor if it didn't have to fight for your attention with that olive oil. I can certainly appreciate the quality of this beef though, that's not bad at all. All right everyone, now that's all the appetizers I'm trying today. My friend and I are going to continue working on this and then we'll go on our first round of entrees. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back, my friends. It's time for our first round of entrees. It's looking really good. Let me give you a view. Now we got their lamb chop cooked medium rare, as well as their pan roasted chicken, the roasted salmon, as well as their shrimp scampi. Some really nice looking plates here. Let's give it a try. First off, let's try the chicken. Very nice looking chicken thigh here with a little bit of a pan gravy. Let's see how it is. Yes, that's good. Very well prepared chicken thigh here. An excellent crisp to that skin with a very tender and juicy chicken meat in the center. A well-brined chicken also, great flavor here. And some rosemary here provides a very nice floral note. There's something like a very thick chicken jus here providing an additional salinity and savory flavor. Although it's relatively thin, it's a very nice accent flavor to this chicken. All in all, this comes together very well. A very nice chicken dish here. Now the chicken is served alongside some mashed potatoes and asparagus. Let's try those as well. Yes, that is good. Excellent cook to both of these sides. A rich and creamy mashed potato, actually very smooth. A nice soft velvety texture to that. And a firm but well cooked through asparagus here with that trademark bitter flavor. This is good. You definitely get a little bit of that chicken jus here, giving a nice savory flavor. Some very nice sides to the chicken, that's just fine. Next up, this is the roasted salmon. Now we have a stuffed salmon here. It looks like some crab in the center. And if the crab meat from before is any indication, this should be great. Here's the salmon. Oh yes, that is tasty. A very nicely prepared dish here. The salmon has a great cook to it, a nicely textured roasted exterior, with a nice fleshy salmon meat in the center. Not too dry, you can certainly see the moisture coming out of this. A flaky fish with a nice mild salmon flavor, this is good. They are using that same crab from before. All of the crab here is really excellent, I must say. The nice sweet flavors of that crab absolutely come through here on the bite, and in general, a very well seasoned salmon dish also. A good briny flavor from the capers here, and some Roma tomatoes on the top provide a nice sweetness. And it's all rounded out by something like a very nice creamy garlic sauce, light in flavor, just a nice amount of additional richness and accent to this. A good salmon dish here, I like that. Now the salmon typically comes with the same mashed potatoes and asparagus that the chicken dish does, and so I opted to swap out for some French fries and broccoli, and I think I'm gonna give the broccoli a shot first. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's good. A perfectly blanched broccoli here. A nice firm chew to it. It's also been well seasoned. A very robust natural broccoli flavor here. And the bite that I had also had a little bit of that cream sauce on it, providing some additional flavor. That's very nice. I think I could see why the asparagus would be the standard dish for this, but the broccoli's not bad at all, that's fine. And this is the other side we went on with that salmon. Here are the French fries. Yeah, it's pretty good. A nice and rustic French fry here. Obviously made from scratch, hand cut and made in-house with the skin on. These are some nice rustic French fries. A good fry job to this, a nice crispy exterior. However, it's a relatively dense center, not all that pillowy. This is absolutely by design though. They've 100% pulled out all the excess moisture before frying. And so this is the flavor they were going for, and it is pretty good. Now, personal taste for me is much more of that pillowy, airy French fry center, but this still is hitting all the right marks. A solid French fry dish for the steakhouse here. I like those just fine. Next up, we're going in on the lamb. I gotta say, this is a beautiful looking cut of lamb right here. We asked for this served medium rare, and it absolutely hit temperature. Looks really good here. Here's the lamb. Yeah, it's pretty good. A nice preparation of lamb. Absolutely hit temperature, a marvelous medium rare here. Incredibly juicy, very tender lamb meat. Hats off to the chef, they absolutely nailed the timing. Nice char flavor on the outside, provides some smokiness, and you certainly get that pungent lamb flavor here. Although it's not too intense, I would say a lot of it has been cooked out. Relatively well seasoned, with a very light savory jus underneath. I think that pungent flavor is a bit strong in the aftertaste, but overall, this is still pretty good. A solid lamb dish here at Vic and Anthony's. All right, my friends, and the last bite I'm trying from this first round of entrees is gonna be the shrimp scampi. So much toasted garlic on the shrimp scampi. It smells incredible. Nice amount of the noodles here on my fork. Here's the shrimp scampi. Oh, that is very good. I really like the shrimp scampi here. Fresh pasta dough cooked perfectly al dente. A nice firm chew to this. We're off to a really great start. A very nice and rich dish. So much butter at work here, but also a very garlicky butter. So much of that pungent garlic flavor has seeped its way into this dish. Not just that cooked down garlic though, there's also toasted garlic in here, providing a bit of nuttiness, and a nice usage of red pepper flakes here, delivering just a little bit of heat on the back end. The shrimp is grilled marvelously, super succulent, very plump. A little bit of a smoky flavor along with that briny sweetness. It all ends with a little bit of a floral note from that basil. This is a very good shrimp scampi. Big fan of this dish, I like that one a lot. All right, everyone, now that's all of the entrees we're trying in our first round. We're gonna take a few more bites and box this all up to go, and then we'll do our steak dinner next. Don't worry, I'll be right back. Welcome back, my friends. Now our steak dinner just got here. This is looking so good. Let me give you a view. Now we got their Wagyu rib cap, as well as a New York strip, some mushrooms, lobster mac and cheese, and their baked potato. This is looking so good. Let's give it a try. First up, the Wagyu rib cap. This is the steak I was looking forward to the most as I was looking over the menu. I asked for this cooked medium rare. It looks absolutely cooked perfect to temperature. Let's give it a try. Oh, that is very good. This is an incredibly rich steak. A lot of fat has rendered into this, leaving almost an oily mouthfeel. This has a nice, satisfying, beefy flavor. A very nice cut of beef here. Cooked absolutely perfectly, a beautiful medium rare. Incredibly juicy, very tender beef. My knife cuts through it like butter. A nice grill to the outside also, although maybe not the most magnificent sear I've ever seen. It's pretty good. It's seasoned simply but generously, absolutely letting the beef shine here. This is an excellent rib cap. I really like this. I was looking forward to it, and it certainly lived up to my expectations. I really like that one. Next up, we're going to go in on the New York strip. Now with the New York strip, we decided to go with a medium cooked. This does look a little bit closer to medium rare, maybe somewhere in between medium rare and medium here. Here's the New York strip at Vic and Anthony's. Yes, that is good. A very nice prime piece of beef here. Certainly much leaner than the Wagyu rib cap, but still a nice amount of fat rendered into this beef, and much more of a smoky flavor to the crust. That is very good. Excellently seasoned with a nice shower of butter here, provides additional richness. This is a solid New York strip. A very good steak there. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. Okie dokie, let's do some sides next. First up, we're going in on the lobster mac and cheese. Corkscrew pasta is used for their mac and cheese here, and you can certainly see the chunks of lobster. Hopefully this is good. Let's give it a try. Yeah, you know, that's pretty good. A pretty decent mac and cheese dish. The spiral pasta is definitely done a little bit past al dente. I think I would definitely enjoy a little bit more of a firm chew here. Not that it's mushy, but it's certainly much softer than I want it to be. A rich and creamy cheese sauce here. It's relatively thick, with a bit of a sharp salinity to it. I think the cheese sauce is pretty good, but it is relatively straightforward. The lobster, unfortunately, doesn't add as much flavor as I would personally like it to. While you certainly get hints of the sweetness of the lobster here, it's not all that profound. It is quite subtle. Personally, I think I would like a little bit more lobster flavor in that, but otherwise it's just fine. Next up, these are the mushrooms. A staple side for me when I go to any steakhouse. Got a nice amount of mushrooms on the fork here. Let's see how these are. You know, I think these mushrooms are just okay. Now I'm gonna start with the good. There's a nice cook to these mushrooms, an enjoyable spongy texture here, and you definitely get the earthiness of that mushroom up front. Some nice flavors to start. Now these mushrooms are cooked down in something like a demi-glaze, and unfortunately the flavors are a bit unbalanced. It's actually quite salty, especially in the aftertaste. While there is a little bit of a nice herby nature in the middle of the bite, once the salty aftertaste takes over, it's quite present through the rest. And so while it starts decent, I think it could end a little bit stronger here. Not the best mushrooms I've had in a steakhouse, unfortunately. All right, my friends, and the last bite of food I'm trying today is gonna be their baked potato. This comes loaded with cheese, chives, sour cream, and bacon. And I've got a nice forkful here. Let's give it a try. Oh yes, that's tasty. Solid baked potato side. Perfectly timed, nice soft potato there, but still retaining its original starchy flavors. You absolutely get the flavor of the potato coming through. That is very good. Some melted cheese here provides a nice saltiness, though most of the salty flavors are coming from that bacon. A good smoky, thick cut bacon here is very nice, and a cooling richness coming from the sour cream. A little bit of bite from the chives on the aftertaste. This is all coming together well. A perfectly good baked potato here. It's a classic steakhouse side for a reason. They do it well here at Vic and Anthony's. All right, my friends, now that's all of the food I'm trying today. A few more bites, and my friend and I are gonna box this all up to go, and then we'll do some dessert next. Don't go anywhere because sweets are coming up. Welcome back, my friends. Now it's time for some sweets. Let's take a look at what they have to eat on the dessert menu. So here is the dessert menu at Vic and Anthony's. Taking a look down, all of the desserts are $15. A croissant bread pudding. That sounds amazing. I might already have chosen. Creme brulee, chocolate mousse cake, ice cream, sorbet, and gelatos here. In the round, oh, a chocolate globe. Those are usually pretty good too. We have some dessert cocktails down here as well. A pretty simple dessert menu here at Vic and Anthony's. Some pretty good looking desserts there, but if you watch the channel long enough, you know I'm a huge sucker for bread pudding. So for all of you at home, I'm gonna make it appear right now. And here it is, everyone. The bread pudding just got here. This is looking so good. Let me give it a view. Now this is their croissant bread pudding with toffee bits as well as house-made caramel ice cream. You would not believe the smell coming off of this. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my goodness, that is so good. This is an excellent dessert. Nutty, sweet, rich, Everything you want in a dessert is here. This bread pudding has a marvelous texture. So soft, so spongy, not dry at all. Such a moist bread pudding here with a nice nutty caramel flavor. It's delicious. I'm often scared that bread puddings like this could be way too sweet, but they actually rein it in quite a bit. It's really well balanced. I absolutely love the additional accent flavor coming from the toffee crunch bits here. That additional nuttiness is really setting off this bread pudding. That super creamy, rich, and cooling caramel ice cream provides such a delicious extra vector here. You get the nice hot bread pudding with that super cool ice cream. The dichotomy of temperature and texture is really at play. This just comes together so well. It's delicious. A really great dessert here. I like this one a lot. All right, everyone, now that's going to do it for my dinner here at Vic and Anthony's at the Golden Nugget in downtown Las Vegas. Everything you saw in the video today came out to $712 before tip, and we had a really great time. The crab cake and the seafood martini were absolutely my favorite appetizers of the day. In fact, anything they put crab in was really good here. The shrimp scampi from that first round of entrees was my favorite. Not only was the pasta fantastic, but the usage of the toasted garlic in that dish was excellent. I think between the two, I really enjoyed the Wagyu rib cap, but if you're a fan of New York strips, you're gonna enjoy that steak here. That croissant bread pudding was amazing, just pure magic. Absolutely love that. All in all, just a fantastic steak dinner here at Vic and Anthony's. If you're looking for a fantastic steakhouse dinner in downtown Las Vegas, this is what you can expect at Vic and Anthony's. All right, my friends, now that's going to do it for this Saturday video, where I'm continuing my quest to vlog every restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip, as well as downtown on Fremont Street. Coming this Tuesday, I'm coming back from a much more local place here in the Valley. Make sure to come back for that one. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great week, and I hope you enjoy Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.